Hello everyone, Jim here, Luna here. Luna is an 8-month-old chocolate lab, came in for our residency training program to learn obedience, also to address behaviors. You know, a lot of them are puppy behaviors, but they grow up to be adult behaviors, jumping, chewing, biting, things along those lines. And I tell everyone that will listen, the best way to teach our dog not to do a behavior is to do obedience. Because when we do obedience, we ask her to do something in a moment of time. If she does it, we praise her. If she does it, we bite her. And when we bite her, we tap the leash. We could do a snout. We could spray bottle. We could do something along those lines, whatever works for that particular dog. But we tell her no if she's chewing, no, whatever. And then good girl when she stops. That's how we start to address the behaviors. The thing about behaviors is they're typically going to happen over and over again. Once you have some true obedience on, you can start to address those behaviors as long as you can anticipate them and catch them in that moment of time. Praise in that moment of time, consequence in that moment of time. We're trying to motivate. That praise is part of motivation. Words, touch, treat, toy, positive emotion in the beginning, in that moment of time. Consequences, words and touch. In the moment, okay, at that time when it's happening. And the good thing about a dog trainer, you should be prepared for that. If it's a bad behavior, you know what's going to happen. If she's going to break a command, you know what's going to happen. Be ready in that moment of time because it increases the learning curve for her. You ready, sweetheart? Let's go. So little Luna is a happy girl, really smart. She's done well on her obedience. She tends to be a little unsure at times, so we want to encourage her, let her know she's doing good, and we keep moving, okay? Praise, praise, praise. Let's go. Atta girl, good girl. So she thought she got a little behind me then. I just encourage her to come up. Typically, let's go is she's right here. Good girl. If she starts to go out, go this way, I'm going to tap a loose leash back to me. And I'm going to tell her, no, let's go. If she lags behind, I'm just going to encourage her up. Let's go. Sit. Good girl. Sit means sit. I ask her to sit. I expect her to sit. If she didn't, I would tap the leash straight up above her head and tell her, no, sit. I can move around. I don't care. I want her to hold that command. And when she holds that command, first of all, we start off with a leash. Then it moves to tab, and then it can move to off leash. You just have to have a way of making sure you can praise her if she does it right without her breaking the command or provide a consequence in that moment. Let's go. I don't keep her in a sit for a long period of time, and the reason being is I believe with most big bone dogs, and really all dogs, that can be uncomfortable after a period of time. So I have them sit for maybe a minute max. If I want them to stay in a place or a particular area at one point in time, it might be the down command, or it might be break. It's just a loose command where she doesn't have to do anything, but she can't pull me on the leash. Let's go. Come back around. Sit. Good girl. Now, when she holds that command, I can tell her to let's go or move to another command, or I can do the release command. The release command, you'll hear me say it in just a moment. Watch my actions. I'm laying the groundwork for the come command, hopefully for off leash. Okay? Break. Atta girl. She comes to me, I pet her, love her. Notice how I step back and she comes in. I give her the treat, words, touch, treat, toy, positive emotion, okay? My hands are here. Why are they here? Because I want her to have a target. I don't want my hands here or my hands here because she could see something and go right on. We're trying to teach her that her focus should be on us. Sidebar, anytime, good girl, anytime she looks at us, we want to praise her, okay? Sit. Good, so that's sit from in front. Now we're going to do the DOWN. Down. Good girl. That's a good girl. Down means down. I ask her to lay down. She has to hold that down until I release her, okay? I'll actually do a stay. When I tell her to stay, that means pack her bags to be there for a while. She may have to be there 10, 15 minutes. Down stay means that she can relax, she can go to sleep, she can chew on a bone. I don't care what she does. She doesn't have to pay attention to me. Down, on the other hand, means she's got to be ready for the next command. If she popped out of either one, it would be a tap. Here's her head. No, down. Good girl. Break. Let's go. Atta girl. Good girl. So we have the down, we have the sit. The next command would be the PLACE command. That's the bed. We ask her to get on the bed. She can lay down, sit down, stand up, read a book. I don't care what she does as long as she stays on the bed. She can do this easily for a couple of hours. In the evenings in my dog training, and it's real life dog training, they live with me in my home. So after a couple of days, they get the hang of things. They get to be out with me and my dogs and my wife or whoever might be here. They might be in a place, they might be in a down, they might be a dog. They still have boundaries in any of those situations that they have to adhere to, just like they would in your home or family. So we're going to do the PLACE command. Watch my hand. It's going to be the command. Watch when I pray. Place. Good girl. All right. As soon as the 4-foot gets on, I praise her. That's a good girl. Atta girl. I could have given her a treat as soon as she got on that bed. I purposely didn't. I loaded up a treat in my hand. Now I'm going to give her a treat. Atta girl. Why did I give her a treat then? It wasn't for hitting the place. If you think about it, she could have been there 10 minutes, an hour. I go over there and give her a treat. I'm rewarding her for staying on the place command. Okay? Hope that makes sense. If she did get off, I would have the leash on to begin with, then the tab. It would be, I would just take the leash, just like I do with Let's Go tapping here. I would tap, 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 no, 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 place, good girl, light praise, and then immediately go back to where I was, okay? She needs to understand that place is there even if mom and dad aren't right there. Very good girl. Let's go. While we're out over here, we're going to do another command. This command is if you allow your dog on furniture, that's fine. If you had a stand for them to get on, it's to help teach them that. It's also used to load up in cars and stuff. The command is load up, same point. Atta girl, good girl. Break. Good girl. Up under the butterfly bush, but she did it well. Atta girl, good girl. So I've got her in position. I'm gonna go ahead and do the H-E-E-L command, if you will. That is a command where she's in a box beside me. I primarily use this in like market areas or places like that, maybe even a pet store or Home Depot or Lowe's, where you got to have her real close. That's what the hill is. Imaginary box, she stays in the box. Our job is to help her stay in the box. Just sort of like the Let's Go. As she starts to move out of the box, I'm going to tap her the direction back to my hip. When I stop, she is to hold that command until I release her. All right, heel. So you notice she wasn't looking. Good girl. And she has to hold that sit at the end of the heel. Notice she wasn't looking, which is okay, but I give her the command, she has to do it. Heel. I step off. Her job is to come back to the box. Good girl. We stop. She sits. Notice also when I made that turn, I made the turn, but I didn't stop in the turn. Because if I stopped in the turn, then there's no way she could be right here beside me anymore, okay? So I came and walked out of the turn so we got leveled back up so she could hold it, okay? We did the OWM from the front, down. That's a little slow, good girl. Let's go. So down. Good, we're gonna make her hold it a minute. Good, break. Good girl, good girl. So as I said, she's a little unsure. That's one of the reasons we do the down and the down stay is partially to teach her she has to do it, but more importantly, to allow her over time to put her trust in us, okay? So the next, I think the last command is the come command. Okay, back, sit. So the come command, you remember we did the break a few seconds ago, okay? Next is the COME. It's going to be pretty much the same way in the beginning, but after we've done it, when I say it's the same way, you remember on the break command, we started walking backwards, stepping backwards, trying to create that elasticity, if you will. I'm just going to come. Good girl. Being a little slow today. So what do we do about slow? You have to look at it. It's pretty hot out here this morning. That could have a little bit to do with it. It could be she's been working, but we take note of it and hope it's not always going to be that way. And if so, we have to really work to encourage. Come. Good girl. Not good enough to get a treat. I'm a pet her, love her, atta girl. Let's go. Come on, you can do it. So the come command, if she was being a little reluctant, we could start to come back. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, and then tell her to come when she's in the act. When she's at break. When she's in the yard and she's out there playing, we get her attention. She sees us. We're not going to tell her to come right now. We're going to make all kinds of motions. Hey, baby, what's going on? Come. And then when she commits to coming to us, she starts to come. We praise her, love her, okay? And then break her so she goes right back to doing what she needs to do. So the big thing is that we're trying to be consistent in everything we can do, okay? Every time we work with her. Now, we only want to work with them typically in the beginning, a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most, except for when we're going on walks or when we're in a store or something like that. There's going to be periodic times that we're going to ask her to do something. You just got to be consistent. We praise 20 times more than we provide a consequence, and we do our best to motivate her. She's usually a little more motivated than she is right now, but if it happens, it's not the end of the world. You just want to keep coming back, keep being positive, and help her grow as a dog and as a member of your pack. You know I'm here if you ever need me, 336-945-3232. No charge for follow-ups. She's going to be a great dog. The biggest thing that we have to do is address the behaviors, teach her to walk with us easily on leash or off leash with a loose leash. That's how we get there. Good girl. Okay? And follow through. Thank you so much and God bless. Good girl.